Good morning, guys. So Monday PDI focuses. First, I just want to say great job to Zyla and Matthew, who have two of their team members field training with them, and JD took one of his guys field training yesterday, and she had her first sale right afterward. So definitely make sure that you are field training your people today. So just a couple things to go over with your teams this morning. Number one is if you do have any new guys, which I don't think any of you do, they need to be at advanced training today from 10 a.m. to 2. Second thing is anybody that's not newer is just giving them a call this morning. And similar to the call yesterday is just making sure that we have a good game plan, for this next week, but building up Magic Monday. So I think it's important to find out, where they're at currently for the week. And if you check what PDI, we've updated all CPOs. If they're at 0, it's just having a conversation with them. And it's actually in the PDI packet that I gave you guys under Monday PDI, but it's just telling them, hey, I know you're at 0 for the week right now. Today's actually Magic Monday. The best thing about today in our business is that you can actually change your paycheck in one day. All you need is, 4+ demos today. You can sell $1,000 and still make X amount of dollars, So, are you able to squeeze in, 2 to 4 appointments today, and just making sure that we're getting them on the phone now in the morning. And then if they're not booked up, they can make lunchtime calls. And if they're not booked up then they can make calls for the next day. But you can get at least 2. Each team should generate an extra 5 demos today, not including yourself. And for you guys, today's really the day that you guys need to be leading by example and making your phone calls this morning. And what I would do if I were you is, whenever you book one this morning or at the lunchtime, is I'd send a text to your team and say, hey, I just got on the phones, just booked one. Who else is getting some last minute demos, for today. So that's the biggest thing that you can do for them, is just lead by example, get on the phones now in the morning and text them every time that you're booking a demo. And then the other 2 things that you want to focus on with them or 3 things is, one, is starting now, you want to start confirming Wednesday's team meeting. So, just making sure you tell them like, hey, you never want to ask, are you coming to team meeting or will you be at team meeting? It's more just of an assumption because we've already told them about team meeting in their interview, in training, it's in their schedule. So just ask them, hey, are you coming earlier to team meeting, like at 9, or will you be there right at 10 and then making phone calls afterwards? And for this week, I'd like as many people there early as possible because we need to skills check every single person on our team before they go and do demos this week, because this week is our big momentum week, and we need to pop about 60 to 75. I have down 75,000 for this upcoming week, but we're going to need our whole team, skills on lock and lots and lots of demos. So get as many people as you can there earlier on Wednesday. And again, look at the PDI philosophy sheet that I gave you guys. Don't not use it when you're calling your team. Make sure that's sitting in front of you, especially if somebody says they cannot attend the meeting. Okay, do not say, oh, that's okay. Actually read what's in the script because we need to have every single person from the team there, and our team meetings haven't been very strong. So the conversation is very, very simple. It's something similar to, is everything okay? Did something happen? That you can't make it in. Everything's fine. Okay, well, I can't not have you there, so we need to find a way to make it happen, and then helping them figure out how they can maneuver around whatever else they have going on. If it's a ride situation, can we get them a ride, find out the area they live in, post in the West Houston Warriors group who lives in this area. But we need to have every single person at team meeting, ideally early, like 9 or 9:30, but latest they get there's 10, and making sure that they're set up to make phone calls afterwards. So make sure you're asking them, how many names and numbers they have on their list. And if they don't have a lot of names and numbers on their list, that's even more of a reason for them to get there earlier, so we can work on helping them get more names and numbers on their list. So that's for the first thing, is getting them confirmed for Wednesday team meeting as of now. The second thing is you want to start confirming them for the division meeting that's on Monday the 18th before the push, okay? So that's going to be at City Center, and the time is at, I'll tell you right now, let's see. So it's actually going to start at 11, and it's from 11 to 5 till like 6. So just tell them 11 to 6. It ends at 5:30, but tell them 11 to 6. And that is on Monday the 18th at City Center, okay? So start reserving them now. Now, what I want you to do when you reserve them is I need you guys to go to what PDI. Okay, so I need you guys to go to Web PDI, and when you log on here, you're gonna see that there's a tab up here that says attendance, and there's should be a column here. I'll make it for you. So this column, the division meeting column, okay? So you're just gonna click Teams right up here. And when you go to this division meeting column, this is where we keep track of attendance, okay? So obviously, when you click this little square here, confirmed means that you're confirming them. Don't click yes, that means that they're at the event, and obviously the event hasn't happened yet. No means they're not going. Late means they're going to be late. NS means that they didn't show up, so you don't have to put anything there just yet. Put an undecided if they are actually undecided, and I'll try and get a call with them so I can get them absolutely confirmed. But if they're absolutely 100% confirmed, go ahead and click C right there in the division meeting attendance tab. I should have this update no later than 7:30 p.m. The other thing I forgot to show you guys, you go and talk to your people, and you go to these columns right here, AM, PM. Let's say, you know, I'm looking at my team here, and I give a call to Adrian, and he doesn't pick up the phone, then I'm going to click NA. Let's say I call Chavez, he picks up the phone, we have a conversation, then that's going to be TT, which means talk to one. Later on in the day, you know, if I talk to them again, then it'd be talk to two. And then if they're done for the day, then you're going to put done. The only time they should ever be done for the day is if they wanted to have demos for tomorrow and their goals booked up. But other than that, people should never be done being spoken to. And at the end of the day, you know, I can go back and read notes and close out PDI properly if I know when it is exactly that you reached them. Also, something else to do that's going to help keep me in the know is make sure you're writing notes on people on the little note thing, so I know what your conversations were about. So I know it's a lot of stuff to put in Web PDI, but this is what's going to help us take our results higher is if we're tracking everything. So just make sure that you're putting in Wednesday team meeting attendance, that you're putting division meeting attendance. That's on Monday the 18th at 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. And then the last thing is, of course, making sure that we're getting PRs from every single person, you know, on the team. You know, yesterday Zyla did a great job with this. JD, John Boss, you guys have been doing a great job, you know, getting PRs. I know Chris Martini as well. But let's make sure that you're giving your receptionist fuel so that they can, you know, call people for you and get them set up so your team can grow. I know we already had one of JD's, he already has somebody that can potentially be on his team because they came in for an interview yesterday. So make sure that you're getting names and numbers to your receptionist so that so that we can have a really great training class this week. So again, focuses for today is number 1 is Magic Monday and seeing how big they can take, today and getting them on the phones ASAP. Number 2 was getting them confirmed for the division meeting and the team meeting. And then number 3 is making sure that we're getting a ton of PRs. If you only do those 3 things, then we should have a great day today. Just make sure that I'm getting an update by 11:30 a.m. Okay, and you or your team leader need to talk to your team this morning, and I'll be following up with all of you in the next hour and a half or so. I'll be giving you guys a call. So let's make sure we get on the phones, that you guys are personally building up your Magic Monday and getting on the newsletter.